probably because they've been crazy. Of course she hasn't texted you that. She's like.
Well, I told her just like don't listen to one of them.
Which one? The one with the rim drops? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. That was wild.
I mean, I don't know if that's our worst.
Okay. Are we good to go?
We're good. We are rolling.
Okay.
Go ahead, C.
I haven't done welcome back.
Yes, you do it every single time.
Have I?
Go ahead.
Well, I welcome back, guys, to another episode. Okay. Recent news. Kylie and Jordyn Woods.
You know what? I don't give a fuck about that.
Why?
Because, like, I honestly feel like Jordyn Woods should never look back at Kylie because her family really put her out. Like, they laid her ass out. And Tristan is still, like, very much around.
Very much
he
in the
gets supported.
family.
Kim's at his games courtside. This man doesn't even really play basketball like that. He's, like, a subpar
Was
NBA
he on
player.
The Celtics?
He was at one point.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Which no one remembers because he did absolutely nothing for the team because he's truly like he's just a good looking fuckboy is what it comes down to that has a little bit of fame. But we're gonna give him more grace than we're gonna give Jordyn.
No, absolutely not. So I was very shocked at the fact that they were meeting back up again to be friends or whatever because I was like, damn, they kind of ousted you for years and not like they took you off of the Good American campaign. They unfollowed you. They kind of like
Kylie's apology should I hope had $1 million with it because like what could you possibly say after ruining a friendship that deeply? Like obviously Jordyn did something she shouldn't have done, as did Tristan. But the way that they really came for this girl, like all of them, and like the Kardashians are very powerful.
Right.
It wasn't just Kylie coming for her. It was Kylie. It was Kim. It was Chris. It was
the entire family. But they're very much, they have a pack mentality in the sense of like, if you do it to one, you do it to everyone, which that I kind of get because I mean, family is family, but then still at the end of the day, like they didn't have to go to the extent that they did, and them letting Tristan back in on such.
But that family didn't even go that hard with the Kanye shit.
Right. Well, I think it's all kind of like...
They didn't even go that hard when Tristan came out with the second baby. I'm just saying, like, keep that energy all the way the same.
Right. Like, they very much forgive the man, which brings me to my next point of why is it that when people cheat, we oftentimes blame the woman so much when it's almost always the guy's fault in the sense of we kind of give them grace in different.
I wonder if it's because cheating is so normalized by men that we're just like, well, obviously he's going to cheat on you, so you should have known better type of thing.
Yeah. I fucking hate that mentality of
I don't say I agree with that.
I'm not saying that you agree with that at all, but I hate that mentality of men are gonna cheat, either you're gonna accept it or you're
sorry. What about the fact that people love to say black men don't cheat?
Who said that?
You know that that's always out there online in whatever. Black men don't cheat.
Who said that?
You don't see that online?
I've never seen that.
Okay, you keep talking because I will find many an example for you right now.
Okay, because I'm like, yeah, I believe that
You've never
all men
seen
cheat.
that.
No, I've never seen any type of meme or anything like that black men don't cheat. But I think it's a thing that all men do. But I feel like some women have like become so jaded to the fact of it all that they make this blanket statement of like men cheat. That's just what they do. You have to learn to accept it. And it's like there's actually a clip of Tamar Braxton saying like, if you're not prepared to do anything, let your man cheat in peace. And I'm like, I can't ever picture being prepared to do anything.
She's letting that bald-headed, ugly-ass man cheat on her and
Vincent?
Thank you. And just let it ride because she says she's not ready to do something about it.
Not ready to do anything. If you're not ready to rock the boat, then let him cheat in peace.
I just typed in Instagram search, black men don't. I left it open-ended. There are, they don't give me a number, but the amount of accounts that start with black men don't cheat.
These Instagram
This is a
accounts?
real thing.
Let me see this.
This is a real thing. Look, people have fucking t-shirts. There are t-shirts about this shit.
That's wild.
I can't believe
I will never fall on that knife ever. Nope, I will never fall on that because one, I'm not singling out only black men, but
no, all men cheat.
Fucking cheat, and I think it's so normalized and
I mean, I don't know if you're going to be okay with me saying this, but I feel like we were just walking the other day. Maybe we were on the phone or something. And I was like, next guy I'm with, I'm cheated on. And you were like, same.
Okay. Yeah.
No, obviously.
Right. Because it's never crossed and I've been cheated on. And like, I always just wish that I had the gall to do it. But I think, and I'm totally talking shit, but I wonder if I could actually do it. You know, is that bad?
I don't think I have it within me.
Yeah.
I think I'm much more likely to like emotionally cheat on you than physically cheat on you, which no one cares about emotional cheating. As not that they don't care, but like
people say that emotional cheating is
worse.
No, but I feel like guys will categorize as physical cheating is worse than emotional cheating, and women would say emotional cheating is more than physical cheating. And I think it's all fucked up, but I would definitely be more hurt if it was emotional.
I don't know.
cheating.
To me, you already have to have like some. Well, okay, obviously, okay, I know I go to my own cheating example, so I have a bias, but I'm thinking in my mind that most times there's like obviously some contact before the actual cheating occurs.
For sure.
But that's not necessarily true because the guy could just be out at a bar
and take anyone home.
And take someone home or whatever.
They are such physical creatures that for them it doesn't really mean like sex is just sex to them, when like for women it's so much more. But it's like the contact all around, whether like you guys were texting for a year, texting for a month, met in a bar. No. What?
I don't know. I'm just getting, it's all coming back.
Okay. Maybe we should segue. Sorry.
No. I'm not upset or anything because we could talk about this for hours and then I'll start getting really aggressive.
Yeah.
I just.
That wasn't funny, but it was just, you like set it up. But okay, last statement I will say, when I was talking about maybe I should just like, I'm kind of in the mood to like cheat on someone.
You gotta be with someone to cheat on someone, sis. You gotta be with someone to cheat on someone.
Okay, damn, that was so mean, but so true. So true. But when I say that, I'm like, I wish I could just muster up the nerve to kind of like do whatever the fuck I want and disregard anyone and just do me and do what I want to do. But
okay, but like the thing is, we aren't even the type of people to do whatever we want to do as single women.
Yeah.
So how are we going to do that when we're finally in a relationship?
I'm telling myself it's a mindset. So if I really trick myself into the mentality, it's not going to happen
because you actually like care about people.
I know. Ugh, fucking.
It's a blessing and a curse.
Dude, it's a fucking blessing and a curse. Like, if I could just go full savage for like a month, I wonder what I could accomplish. But
it's crazy that given all the shit that I've been through, that I'm not for more of a savage.
Dude, I totally agree with that statement for you and for me.
Yeah. No, we could apply to both, but it's just like.
But why? But I think given all the things that we have been through, it's like we've felt and experienced that hurt and that pain. And it's like to inflict that on someone else would be useless and would serve no purpose.
Okay, so you remember in Sex and the City when like Miranda reconnects with that, not Miranda,
Skipper?
sorry. No. I misspoke. When Samantha reconnects with that guy, can't think of his name, and she's like, I'm only doing this so I can like fuck him and leave him the way he left me. And then he ends up doing the same shit to her.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even like that's a lot of effort.
Right. Like
I'd rather blow your house up.
Left Eye? Okay.
No, I totally understand. Like I was, as a kid, I thought Left Eye was insane. I get it. I would do. I get it.
You know,
I wouldn't do it, but I maybe.
No, Britney shaving her head in 2007. I fucking get it.
Was that about a man?
No, just life in general. But like you see these celebrities in the news that either have like these mental breakdowns or whatever, or they're portrayed to feel crazy or look crazy. And when I was younger, that was like the Britney moment sticks out in my head.
To me, Britney Spears shaving her head is one of the most relatable moments of pop culture.
But at the time, I was so scared of that. I was like, yo, she's scary. Her with a bald head scared the shit out of me. And then and it was all over the tabloids and everything. I remember that being like a standout pop culture moment. But obviously, as I've gotten older, I'm like, I fucking get it. And when am I going to shave my head? Because there are moments where I'm like,
no, that's not going to happen.
It could. It very well could.
No, not you, sis.
Shaving my head.
You're not the one. You would do something else rogue, but it would not be anything to do with the neck up. I just know that for a fact. So let's just leave that alone.
Mine definitely looks like moving out of the United States and then going off the grid for a while.
Yes. So I was reading just yesterday that like a lot of people are doing this thing where they like secretly inherit money, like someone dies or whatever, like they've been sitting on money.
Wait, this is a thing that we're doing or we're finding?
No, I was reading like, okay, so it started with true crime, but like I was listening
all
to
roads lead back to true
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really fascinated by the idea that people disappear. Like just straight up disappear. Some of them recreate their own life, some of them are killed, some of them are kidnapped, but like the fact that like
some of them aren't killed
are some of them aren't. Some of them choose to leave their lives. Like there are people that fake their suicides, there are people that fake their death, there are people that literally just leave one day and change their name. They've already set up their whole new identity and they have enough money that they've been pulling out that they can restart anew. That's a real thing.
That to me is so frightening. Like, imagine marrying a guy and he just like leaves or has like this whole entire other life you know nothing about and then or disappears. Okay, so people like faking their death, that's like a conspiracy theory with the submersible. Like the people in the submersible wanted to restart their life. So
but there was like a kid on there.
Faking. So he loved his son so much he wanted to take him with him.
But what about the mom? Doesn't even make any damn sense.
But there's a lot of conspiracy theories about that. So anyway, I think people who want to disappear, because this is how I didn't mean to get so far on a tangent of the submersible, but I just like it's fucking weird to me. How do you set up an entire life and how can I do it?
You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't survive because you can't use any social media. You can't use any of your bank accounts. You couldn't go to a sample sale if you wanted because those are in person. So like there are things that you would not be able to functionally do. So therefore it'd be over.
What about if I'm living in a different country?
Moving countries is easier. But people do this all the time. Okay, yeah, let's come back. So if you were in a Britney crisis, you would just up and leave the country is what you're saying?
For sure. For sure. I always kind of have dreams of like living internationally. So I feel like that's just like the way for me to go.
Okay. I feel like I would go more rogue and like change my identity. First off, I've never really known that I love the name Mya. Like it's never really suited me.
Well, yeah, you didn't get to pick it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't pick it. They didn't give me the option for a nickname. I thought that was really rude.
You don't like Mya?
Mya is like a family nickname. And very close friends. And like you need permission to call me Mya.
Oh. I didn't know that.
Yes.
Maybe because
you do call me Mya at times. I never gave you permission.
I know. I was like, I don't really recall ever asking you for permission. That's how I feel about, I don't even want to say my family nickname because I hate it so much, but Cece. Ugh.
I know, because when I call you Cece, you get weird.
I'm like, oh my God. I feel like
But I like when Craig calls you Cece.
It is very endearing when Craig does it. I don't know why, because he probably does like a baby voice to go along with it. But Cece,
I've weirdly been thinking about Craig a lot recently.
Weird. He's here right now in the city.
He's been on my mind.
He's been telepathically communicating with you.
He really has been on my mind.
Don't you feel like some people send out certain energy waves?
I feel like he's like, I feel like it.
We are really just like all over the place today. But
I know. But you said his name and I just thought maybe it was worth sharing that he's been on my mind.
Yeah.
In like a platonic, nice, I don't know if I have to make that distinction, but.
You don't. It's Craig.
All right.
But yeah, my family nickname Cece. Sometimes I just feel like I'm either in trouble or I don't know. I also don't like repetitive nicknames. And
I didn't even have a family nickname because my name is 3 letters.
Yeah. But the cool thing about your name is that you're Mya and then your 3 letters make up all of your initials.
My initials are my name. But I used to get in trouble in school because if you had to initial something, I'd write my name and they'd be like, you're dumb.
Yeah. And you're like, no, Mya Yasmin
Allen. Correct.
Is my name.
Yeah.
That's actually really cool. Did they do that on accident or by design?
On purpose.
I like it. It's cute. Do you know any of what your... What
my options were?
Do you know what your options were?
Well, my dad wanted to name me Megan. M-E-A. Is there M-A-E? M-E-A-G-A-N. Megan.
Megan.
Like real Irish Megan.
Megan.
And my mom was like, there ain't no black people named Megan.
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 Megan?
Not Megan. Megan.
You don't even look like a Megan.
That is what happens when you grow up in the Caribbean.
They like adopt.
Well, my dad's country that he grew up in is, I believe it's an Irish territory. Well, it was at one point, actually. I think now it's an English territory. But anyway, like there's a lot of Irish influence in his propositions. Like another way, I'm not speaking English today. Cool. Lots of Irish influence on his island, and I believe that that's where he got the Megan from. I mean, his name is Cyril. Cyril's not like, what is Cyril even? What's the origin of Cyril?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
It's
I have
not,
no idea.
Definitely not American.
Yeah, Cyril. Interesting. My name would have been Caroline.
I think you could be a Caroline.
See, I was like, Caroline is so much better, but my dad didn't like it.
Better than Ciara? No, I think Ciara's a better name.
I think Caroline was so much better. So
Caroline's too common. You're not common.
Thanks. But my dad didn't like it.
Good.
And then, so they chose Ciara. Or if I was a boy, I would have been like Howard.
My mom wanted like Axe, like Ash, like really stone for like boy names.
But those names are so
Cole.
in right now.
Yeah, but then it would have been like, what is this crazy?
Yeah. Stone, I think, is a sick name. I almost named Jasper Stone.
I think if Jasper was gray, it'd work.
Yeah. I'm going to get, funny enough, I've been looking at gray cats.
But you're never home. How are you going to get another cat?
I know. I'm going to wait till like a proper period in my life where I can get another cat, but I have to get Jasper a cat. He's driving me fucking nuts.
I'll take him for a little bit.
You have a patio though now.
I won't let him on the patio.
I know, but
I don't even open my windows anymore. He's
going to see Buka and Clove on the patio, and he's going to start screaming. Like, he will scream to be let out on the patio.
Okay, so I know I'm not alone in saying that I have 1 million subscriptions, and there's no way I'm keeping track of all of them. Just last week, I realized I was paying for not 1, but 2 subscriptions to Paramount Plus, and I haven't used that app in months, which is why I use Rocket Money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills, all in one place. The app is so easy to use, literally all you have to do is push cancel and they do the rest. There's no sitting on the phone with customer service, or trying to reason with a sales rep, or trying to find the cancellation button. Rocket Money does it all for you. Just one button and you're free. Get rid of your unnecessary and unwanted subscriptions today with Rocket Money. Rocket Money also helps you manage all your finances in one place and automatically categorizes your expenses, so you can easily track your budget in real time and also get alerted if anything looks off. Stop throwing away your money today, cancel your unwanted subscriptions, and manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/codpod. That's rocketmoney.com/CODPOD. rocketmoney.com/codpod.
Okay. And then so next, Sofia Vergara and Joe, how do you say his last name? Manganiello? I want an accent so bad. Are getting divorced. And not that I idolized them, but I thought that they maybe would have been like a strong Hollywood couple, but I just kind of...
Is he in Hollywood?
Yeah.
Oh, who is he? I've never heard... I know him as her husband.
Oh. Yeah, he's an actor.
Where?
Can't tell you on what.
I was like, okay.
Can't tell you on
I've never
what.
seen him anywhere. The institution of marriage is dumb. Everyone's getting divorced. I don't know why we can't just like try our hand at a relationship real quick and then see, like, why do we have to go get married?
We're talking about like you want like what do you call it? A civil
No,
union?
because like at this point, everyone that gets married gets divorced. Like it's a very high rate. The amount of money you put into an actual wedding, and then B, lawyer fees, divorce fees, like settlements, all that bullshit, moving, finding a new place to live, blah, blah, kids. I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but all the shit you have to deal with after you're getting divorced, that is just like throwing your money away.
But I think that some of the things that historically go along with marriage, like weddings and parties and all of that, that's very optional. You don't have to do any of that. But and that makes the cost of marriage obviously
it happens
so
more
expensive.
often than not.
Totally.
That people are having these extravagant weddings, or even like if it's not extravagant, it's more than like anyone really needs to be paying for like one party for something that's not going to be celebrated 2 years from now.
I also say the bigger the wedding, the more doomed the marriage. Like,
I don't believe in all of that.
The more extravagant the wedding, it's like, for what? I kind of think it's more sacred. It's between the two people, and it should be like something that's more intimate, but I could be projecting, whatever. Not that I've had a wedding. But I think they're all optional things, and people get distracted with these things before the actual marriage, which takes away from the actual
And like, I feel like how many
relationship.
times do people say like, oh, like I had doubts before the wedding, da, da, da.
Right, yeah.
Like, why aren't we listening to that? Why are we just like why are we still so conditioned to be obsessed with this like fantasy of this like down the aisle bullshit that's really not going to last as much, like very long? Maybe you look at your wedding album like every year at your anniversary, if you even make it a year. Like, what for what? Your husband's already cheating on you. He is.
I'm so sad.
I don't know. Unless it's for
like,
tax purposes, I don't really get it. Especially when you're a celebrity, because it's like, obviously they have a prenup.
Being celebrity makes it harder, I would imagine. But I don't know. Like, I still want to believe in the sanctity of marriage and the union. And I think a lot of times, yes, I'm the hopeless romantic of the two of us, but there's a lot of fluff that goes around it.
But the actual message gets lost.
Right. And at the core of it, I'd like to bring back the core values of being married and having that union with someone that you love. But whatever. I wish Sofia Vergara the sweetest of divorce and the simplest of
She
divorce.
looks good as hell in Italy right now.
Or
wherever she is.
She's like, she's a woman to me. She's so fucking beautiful.
And then the other thing I don't really like have time for is all these pandemic relationships that are now breaking up.
Oh yeah, like Ariana Grande.
She's one of them, but it's like, okay, of course you didn't know what your real life was like because the pandemic wasn't, well, obviously it was real life. A lot of people lost their lives, sure, but it's not an accurate representation of what your life is like on a daily basis when the world is open.
Right. I also thought it was very weird just to go on a little tangent about Ariana Grande, is that the fact that she was engaged like multiple times within like a very short amount of time, and it just kind of felt like,
well, it
from
seems
the
like she's
outside
obsessed
looking
with
in,
the sanction of marriage.
Yeah, it kind of outside looking in, it just kind of looked like she just wanted to be married. That was the goal, and like, I mean, accepting an engagement from like multiple different people and then finalizing it with someone, it was all just very weird. Her even announcing her.
But it's been rumored that they've been having issues for like well over a year, and they've only been married for 2 years. Because remember when it came out that he was doing gay porn, and everyone was like, "Wait, what?"
No, wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was like a surprise.
She didn't know.
Yeah, like I think if she knew ahead of time, by all means, that's his right, and that's her right.
Like
to
it wasn't
continue.
part of their like.
But it seemed like it was.
Other.
Yeah, it seemed like that didn't like make it in
the conversation.
I don't have a lot of information on another time that I'm not being an authority on something because I can't give you the details, but I can come back with them.
Oh, and she didn't know.
Yeah, and then
that seems like kind of a weird thing to leave out when you talk about like, what do you do for a living?
Well, he's technically a realtor. So I mean, like I have like 8 jobs. I always just say I have a cookie business.
Right.
But I do other things.
That's true. Okay. So maybe that was more like a side hustle for him. Although should have been a main hustle because that I imagine.
I feel like he'd make good money there.
Yeah, I feel like that makes real good money.
Yeah.
Talk about a provider.
Please stop it. You just like really remind me of my 10-year-old niece.
Well, I'm just saying, like, don't hide your career, honey, especially if you're bringing bread to the table. But that is
But I think that there's obviously a lot of shame behind that. I don't like.
Well, you didn't tell the person that you planned on spending
because
your
probably
entire
he was
life
ashamed
with.
Or he thought it would like make her look at him differently. And I'm sure I actually like I am a pretty open person, I think. If you tell me ahead of time, and if I find out from your mouth, the chances of me getting over it or like understanding it or
so much
accepting
greater.
It is just like, I would say 90%. Obviously there's some things, if you tell me you're trafficking children or some shit, no.
Yeah, like we all have our deal breakers for sure.
Right. But like if you did gay porn when you tried to make rent once, you were doing your job. You were just trying to provide.
Yeah. You had to get by. Yeah, I think hearing it from that person's mouth itself makes it so much easier to stomach, because then you're not feeling like everyone's talking about it and then you're the last to find out.
But then there's also such a double standard, because if Ariana Grande was doing lesbian porn and he found out through the grapevine or whatever, it would be like, well, that's hot, because that's how it's like, this is the problem with how society views like gay men in general. Like,
Yeah.
there's always some sort of like negative connotation, whereas like girls kissing is hot.
Yeah, girls, it's more accepted for them to be kind of like fluid, I guess.
Yeah.
Which I will say, I have met a handful of men who still think that like if you're making out with a girl or hooking up with a girl and you're in a relationship with a guy, that's cheating. And so like it's not super common, but it is still cheating. What?
No, I'm just like, I just went back on the vault for some
Okay,
things.
let's segue.
Yeah, because I don't think I want to go there today.
Yeah, let's segue. I'm so sorry.
I'm like, no, it was good. Okay, so let me talk. So I was reading this article. I don't even know if you can call anything on BuzzFeed an article, but whatever. I like
BuzzFeed.
It's so ridiculous. It was late at night. I was like trying to calm down, but the headline was, "Women are exposing their ex's most embarrassing secrets, and I'm crying, LMAO." So I think generally my experience with the men that I've dated is like, if they have any sort of ailment, the world is ending. Like, we bleed every month, we cramp every month, we do all these things, we work while we're bleeding, we are like functional humans. Does it suck? Yeah, but like we just like grin and bear it.
Totally.
A man has like a headache and it's like the end of the fucking world.
A fever, Lord forbid a fever.
A fever, a cough, like anything. Oh, like a sore throat. Oh my God. Like the babying that needs to happen. Okay, so this is the first one and I literally cackled for like minutes.
Okay, so these are people's
boyfriends. Submissions.
Okay.
Do you want me to read the title again? Yeah. Women are exposing their exes. So, maybe I'll expose one.
Honestly, I love this for like a little Instagram post.
Exes' most embarrassing secrets, and I'm crying, LMAO. We should do this on Instagram. We should ask people for their exes' secrets.
Because I
know that. Let's do that right after this. Okay, so this is the first one. I was sitting in my living room on my phone while he was in the bathroom going number 2. Or trying to. He was in there for like 15 minutes maybe when I heard the door creak open slightly and he called my name. I went over concerned and asked if he was all right, and he looked me dead in the eyes and asked if he had a pad, if I had a pad he could use.
A maxi pad?
Like a menstrual pad.
Okay.
He told me he was so constipated that he ended up bleeding back there and it wouldn't stop. I was trying not to laugh, but also it did sound alarming, so I gave him the pad. An hour or two went by and he got up to try again. He then called me in to tell me he thought it stopped, but asked if he should be worried about the amount of blood lost.
This is embarrassing.
He showed me the pad, and homeboy had left a quinoa-sized drop on the pad and asked me if he needed to go to urgent care.
A quinoa size? Like one little
grain.
Are you fucking kidding me?
He asked for a pad. And you asked for a pad? Like, your boxers will...
Right.
Like, what?
Yeah.
But also, he thought
what? The fucking confusion is just
and he
like...
said, and then he asked if he needed to go to urgent care. Urgent care.
See, I can't. One little drop of blood, you trying to go to urgent care? I wish you fucking would waste someone's time with that.
To me, if that was my boyfriend, every single time I changed my tampon, I'd be like, hey, come on in.
Do you need one?
No, come on in to the bathroom so you could see what blood really looks like.
They would be mortified if they knew just
how much
handle
blood. They can't.
Which I will say, it is confusing, even on the back of the tampon box where they're like, oh, well, you should only lose like a tablespoon. I'm like, it's giving liters.
It's tablespoon a minute.
Like, I was like, it's giving liters this month, and especially the first 2 days. But I mean, okay, maybe a teaspoon. Yeah, that's embarrassing. The fact that he tried to get a pad for his little drop.
Where do you think he like put the pad? Like, do you think he like lined the pad in the back of his boxers?
Okay, not to mention that I just got the ick from this man, and I'm like, are you a fucking wimp?
She needs to give all the women the information that we need. Expose his name so we know to run for the hills.
That's gnarly. Okay, so I'm just trying to even think, like, you just strained yourself. Like, also take a fucking laxative if you're that constipated.
I feel like they don't think like that. We need a man on this podcast.
Solution and era. I love when guys are like, so they're very like solution based men, but then it comes down to like simple things and they're like, I don't know what to do. It's like, what? Take a laxative. Drink milk of magnesia.
Isn't there fiber pills for that?
Yeah, Metamucil.
Metamucil, that's what it was.
Mineral oil, something.
Eat some broccoli. I don't know.
Yeah, broccoli. Get some bulk. What you need, you're probably dehydrated. Drink more water.
Well, he didn't have you
Yeah,
Ciara.
sorry. That's true.
Stop trying to throw out all your medical sense again.
Dude, these are what I feel are very basic level solutions, but
I mean, I don't care if you tell me your ass is bleeding. I'm not. First off, I don't even have pads to give you, but I'm not gonna find one for you. I'm not going to the store. I'm not go puffing that. You're on your own. Also, do not crack the door open when you're taking a shit to tell me you need help. I feel like that's where I'm not your girl. I'm not the girl for that.
I probably am the girl. I like if a guy was telling me that they're bleeding, I'd be like, let me see. Like,
so you would make him bend over and spread his ass cheeks open.
Well, I'd be like, well, don't flush the toilet. Let me see. Are you bleeding into the toilet? Are you actually bleeding?
Oh, like if it would be like drip, drip into the toilet.
Right. I'm like, or are you just being dramatic?
Well,
but that's just me.
He's being dramatic.
Okay, are there any other ones? I like this.
Well, this one's disgusting, but I'll share it with you. Okay. You're not gonna like it, but it's really quick. He'd masturbate and come under his blankets, sleep in them, repeat this every day until his mom would wash his sheets. No towel, no paper towel, no toilet paper, no cleanup, no like boxer cleanup and throw those in the hamper. Thoughts?
Why did you even date this man? What?
Can you imagine then you going to his place in like...
Wait a minute. So how did you... The fact that she even knew this and found this out, how old is this man? That is vile. He would come in his sheets.
He would masturbate under the sheets, so come in the sheets.
And then sleep in it?
Yes. Like roll over.
What the fuck was that?
That's how I fall asleep.
Dude, that's vile. That's kind of crazy. I don't even want to sleep in like my sex sheets.
This is a better one. This is also gross. They're related. Every time he pooped, my ex would only wipe once, not look, and call it good. No bidet. I found out after 18 months of dating. And this is why, my friends, we don't give rim jobs. That alone.
Are you fucking kidding me? How did that come up in conversation? Oh, I only wipe once. One swipe and then we're done. And we figure it out until we shower.
One swipe, not even looking at the toilet paper.
Not even looking at
to make
the
sure,
paper?
like...
Thank God.
Because isn't that how you know you wiped good?
Yeah. Dude.
I'm like, that's how I wipe.
That's how I wipe too. I'm looking at it to make sure.
And it needs to end up being white paper.
Yeah, there needs to be nothing on it. Honestly, I'll go dry, dry, wet wipe, dry, wet, dry. Like,
whoa. Dry, wet wipe, dry, wet, dry.
Perhaps.
That's a lot of work.
Like if
I just ordered a bidet actually. I'm very excited. Like a bidet attachment.
Oh, okay. It was like
you like to put where?
Install that in your apartment. I don't know how I feel about bidets yet. Like I just don't like wet things. So the thought
but there's
of like
dry, there's a fan. Or you use a tissue paper, whatever. Toilet paper. But there's
does it splash or get anywhere?
No, it's usually like very pointed. You've never used a bidet?
I've never used a bidet.
So we have to go to a fine dining restaurant and you'll use a bidet. I'm going to come in with you.
Fine dining restaurant. Oh my God. Ooh, that even kind of freaks me out.
Because like there's nothing like eating a 12-course meal and
then just
going in and
taking a wild shit.
Your coochie cleaned in a bidet and then you're ready for the night. They're usually 2 spouts, front and back.
No fucking way.
Yes. We're both holes.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And you can adjust the water temperature, usually the pressure.
Yeah, like is it cold? Is it warm?
It depends. It's usually not like, it will not like scare you into like run from the toilet. It's usually comfortable. And if you get a good bidet, especially at a fine dining restaurant where they have the heated seat, it's a lovely experience.
Honestly, the heat would make me feel a little better. Like I don't want it to be cold. Like that freaks me out. The thought of like just start cold water on my asshole. Don't want that in my vagina. Like I want something that's kind of warm, you know, like a bath sensation.
It's a bath sensation. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. I know it. Because you're like bougie. How could you not like the idea?
Yeah, that's like a level of bougie I haven't reached. There's a bidet level.
We'll get there.
Okay, do you have any crazy things that your ex did that you could expose? Because I do.
About my ex?
No, not about your ex.
I was like, go ahead.
Okay, about an ex for me. Okay, every time we would have sex, he would leave like skid marks on the bed.
Like shit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well that leads me to this one, which says my ex would never wash his jeans or wear underwear. I don't know how long he didn't wash them for, but I picked them up once and they had brown skid marks inside. Continue.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
It was honestly
how old?
in his 30s would leave skid marks.
Is this recent? Is this recent?
Perhaps not. I'd say the last, I'll say 5 years, just to give
like
a ballpark.
I have a contender in my mind.
Just to give a ballpark. Skid marks on the bed.
And that made you continue to have sex with him?
Well, the first time I was like, wait.
How is it? Why is his ass spread? I have so many questions. What position is he sitting on the bed?
Just laying. Like I would have
to be spread out.
I would have
so
been
that
on top. Or he just like had no ass. So like so the first time I was like, wait, it was like kind of like an not like an obvious color, but I was like so paranoid that it was me. So I was like,
what
wait,
does not an obvious color mean?
Like I didn't notice it right after. It wasn't until like the day after that I was like, oh.
Are you sure you weren't spotting? I'm really trying to give him the benefit of the doubt.
That's what I thought. That's why I didn't say anything. So I was like, oh my God, maybe it was me. Because was I on my period? No, I don't even think I was on my period, but I knew that it was coming. So yeah, that was the first time. And then there was like another time that had happened. I was like, oh.
Did you address it?
Interesting.
So he's a one wiper, no look.
He's a one wiper, no look.
You need to tell him about this.
But no, I don't speak to him anymore.
I don't think I have.
He's on his own. The right one will tell him.
I don't have a story like that.
Yeah.
Thank Jesus.
That was living rent free in my mind for a very long time. And I honestly feel so much better now that I was able to get that out because I had to tell someone.
Wow. I think that we should next podcast will be about food. The podcast after will be about secrets that we need to get out. Because I have a lot of them that just came to mind, but they didn't have to do with an ex. So I'm going to try to keep it on topic here.
Okay. Are they your secrets?
It's like things that I've experienced that like I haven't really told a lot of people about.
Oh.
They're like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to write it down.
We'll do like crazy thoughts. We'll just do like an episode of our
do
inner
like a codependent after dark situation.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
codependent after dark.
That's disgusting, thoughts. Ciara.
No, I know.
Oh no. I feel like I don't have like whatever I would say about an ex right now, it wouldn't even really be like embarrassing. It would just be like. That's why I looked at you like, do you got any stories?
Yeah. And
Go
I
ahead.
was like dying to get that out. No, just that one. Wait a minute. Well, I'll have to see.
What about my exes
Rolodex.
that can you think of anything I've told you crazy about an ex?
Yeah.
Go ahead, say it. I can always say take it out.
The massage parlors?
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's crazy. Yes, I did date someone that
like a religious rub and tugger.
Yeah. And red flag number one.
While in a relationship, I'm like,
yep,
wait.
he was going to the massage parlor to get rubbing tubs, which is just to me like, and I remember I asked so many questions when I learned about this, and I was like, did you choose a specific girl every time? And he was like, no. And I'm like, so you would just walk in and it could be like
anyone,
but okay. And I was like, what were the ages of these women?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, it ranged. And I'm like, so what did you do? Close your eyes and just it didn't fucking matter? Like, wouldn't you just want to rub your own dick?
See, this is what I want to know. Okay, I do have a desire one day to like tap into the secret sex world and that business and go to like these rub and tugs parlors or these massage parlors.
I had a friend that just went to a sex party last weekend.
And all of these different types of things. Like, I would love to go to that because I'm just so curious. And I think a part of me kind of envies that, like, sexual freedom. Because
I know someone that goes to New York sex parties if you want me to connect you.
Okay, but, like, what do you do?
You don't have to do anything.
But do you know in Sex Life, when they went to that sex party?
I did not realize you watched that show.
Yeah.
I just started that show.
Oh, really?
So I don't know.
Second season's. But are people in like masks? Are they all just out in the open?
I think it's whatever you want it to be.
I'm so curious.
What are the other ones called? Russian tea? No, what's the tea houses that people go to?
Oh, I have no idea.
Like the bathhouses.
Bathhouses.
Oh, a bathhouse.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I have I had a really good friend who he's a gay man and he literally lived his life at those bathhouses.
Okay, well, my friend recently told me like the Equinox in the West Village is like a great place to like cruise and
yeah, like the gym, from what I hear, is a great place to have sex as a gay man.
Yeah,
you can just get your dick sucked in the shower. All of a sudden, someone's like sucking your dick or coming under the stall and I've heard crazy.
Yeah,
things.
like okay, and this is also what I envy about the gay community is that they're just very sexually free, and I feel like they have the most fun.
They absolutely have.
They have the most fun, and it's just like it's cool. I don't know, but I want to tap into this industry because I just am curious as to like what I want to talk to like a sex worker. I want to know what are the no's, what are the boundaries, what are things that are normal that like might not be for, you know, people who aren't in the industry. And
do you think sex work should be legal? I do.
I have no idea.
It's the oldest trade in the book. Why not? Why is it illegal?
I don't think I know enough about sex work to kind of make a stance on it, but outside looking in, it feels like a job. Any other job,
is a job,
you know?
It is a job.
Yeah,
but do you want to be going fucking someone for money and then have to worry about being arrested in 2 seconds? Like, no, I don't feel like that. I feel like that is not something that the police should be policing.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it feels weird to have people sitting in jail for having sex, essentially.
Yeah.
You know, or getting money for sex.
Yeah.
But I think that's definitely because although we say there's a separation of church and state in this country, there really is not.
I'm kind of tired of America, to be honest with you.
So should we go?
I'm not coming with you.
Okay. What if I picked a really cool place?
Sure.
That was easy.
I didn't want to hurt your feelings.
Oh.
I could go with you, I guess.
Honestly, you can stay. Like,
I just wonder, like, at one point, I need someone that, like, oh, I can go to their house for meals or vice versa.
You need someone that you can go to their house.
You need to be able to start cooking.
I'm working on it.
You kind of stopped working on it.
I just looked at a chicken fried steak recipe last night.
You're gonna make chicken fried steak?
Or chicken fried chicken. I think I'd like
which is just fried chicken.
Yeah, but it's like thin.
So a cutlet.
Yeah, pounded out.
I made chicken cutlets last night.
The tenders?
No, just cutlets.
See, I don't even really love chicken like that, so it's a step. I thought, you know. Okay, anyway, I think we're at an hour.
We are at an hour.
Okay, guys. See you next week.